Productivity in business is a piece of you. It's not all of you. Today I want to talk about what productivity in business YouTubers get wrong. If you've been on YouTube at all today, I'm sure you've seen a couple of videos telling you how you need to improve your productivity. At least on the thumbnails, there's like the guy with all the apps around him. Hey, I've watched a lot of those videos and I like them. But today I want to talk about what productivity in business YouTubers get wrong. There's a lot of things they get right. They're motivational. I've watched many of them and they've helped me along my journey as well. But I know some people, they are a bit productivity crazy. They are adding the sleep in the calendar. They are adding in 2-minute let me blink in the calendar. It's just like out of control productivity. And so within optimizing our life, creating minimalism, all these things that I think are great. I think there's some things that these productivity YouTubers and business gurus get wrong, and I just wanted to mention a few of them today. Number one is the reality that free space is creative space. People are so afraid of like free time and silence. A guy yesterday that I was meeting with, he said something that really stuck with me. He said, "Amazing things happen after long stretches of boredom." I might change that to like things happen after long stretches of boredom. I don't know about amazing things, but it is true. In productivity, in this year, we are so afraid of having any free space to think and breathe. And I think we just need to differentiate between being lazy and embracing free time. Like when I get home from recording these videos today, I'm going to watch probably 5 hours of TV. I'm going to eat popcorn. And I'm not going to feel bad about it at all because I've worked a 10-hour day. And like you just have to give your permission to say like, you know what? Sometimes free space and free time is good for you. You've got to know when to let yourself go. Now, I'm just banking on the fact and hoping that I'm talking to motivated leaders and business owners and artists who are actually trying to do things with their life and going to work. And if you're listening to this and you've already been on your couch for the past week, maybe you need a different message. But I think for many of us, we're so productivity prone and motivation future prone that we just have to like get out of that and realize that free space is a good thing. The second thing these videos and podcasts often get wrong is that sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. This is a very countercultural idea because everything is about growth and hustle and Garyvee. And, we all had our Garyvee stage. Okay, I'm not hating. But like everybody's got to hustle. We got to do it, mother. We got to do it. We got to get it done. Okay, I can't even be hard if I wanted to be. But the idea is that sometimes you just have to slow down. Like you have to breathe. You have to slow down, press pause to even figure out what you're doing at times. Maybe you need stretches of a break. I took a 30-day sabbatical in like the 6th year of our business. That does not align with productivity and growing and hustling to build the biggest business in town. It just doesn't work. But when you slow down, look yourself in the mirror, see where you are, actually journal and feel where you're at as a person, as a leader, you have to slow down at times to speed up. What I've found is if I'm stuck at my computer and I'm like spinning my wheels and I can't get anything done, if I'll go for a walk, if I'll leave for lunch, if I'll go to the park, if I'll put on some music, I come back much more refreshed and ready to get things done in a better way. I think many of us just try to keep spinning our wheels when we're already burnt out. There are times when we need to push through, but there are other times when we need to take a breather. The third thing that at times we get wrong is that there's grace for our mistakes. I think everything in this culture feels so comparative that we're always trying to be perfectionists and everybody's showing their highlight reel on Instagram. We've talked about it many times, but like there's so much grace when you do make mistakes, when you do take the wrong turn. In a sense of our relationship with God, I'm like, the GPS has the rerouting feature. I think we forget that God is the same way, that like there are moments we take a wrong turn, we make a wrong decision, and in His grace, He allows us to make those mistakes. In order to receive that grace, we have to at the same time extend that grace to other people in our life, the people on our teams, the people we work with, and realize that this is a healthy part of life to extend and receive grace for the things that we may not get right. I love this quote. I wish I could take credit for it, but money is a great tool, but a terrible master. Money is something that we can use to enjoy life and to go places and to buy things that we enjoy, but it makes a terrible master. And so I think at times, some of this hustle content on YouTube, which is definitely needed. I've had those motivational seasons where I need extra motivation, but sometimes it's all based around money. And so you begin to make every decision in your life purely based on money. Although money is the system in which our world operates, we can't make decisions based on it all the time as followers of Jesus. Sometimes the Spirit is leading us to do something. Sometimes Scripture tells us things we shouldn't do or should do, like in Proverbs. Maybe we don't start this side business, even if it makes a lot of money, if it's going to manipulate or take advantage of people. As followers of Jesus, we have to make decisions differently. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, we have to make decisions based on money, but money is not the pure and only way that we make decisions. The last one is something that I get wrong a lot, and many people in all of the business and productivity and hustle content gets wrong. It's that serving others with our time and attention is important. It's imperative. We have to begin to serve others. Without that, we have a miserable life. We have a miserable existence if everything we're doing is building ourselves up or building our own business or our own bank accounts. Service builds equity. Serving others allows us to step into a new realm which says, hey, my whole life isn't about me. I have to open up my schedule to serve others. I have to open up who I am as a person to the people around me, to people in my community who are less fortunate. And even as a business owner or an organization, you open up your organization's resources with your skill set, with your money, to give and serve nonprofits and other community service things in your city so that you can make a difference. If not, what's the point? What's the point of all this if we're not helping others as well? Productivity in business is a piece of you. It's not all of you. That's the biggest thing I think that we can get wrong and we can forget is like, hey, business is important. Growing my craft is important. Doing the things I love is important, but it's just a piece of me. It's something I do. It's not who I am. And we have to continue to grow and build and even hustle at times with that in mind to say like, hey, even as I try to set a schedule, I get my Gmail calendar set up, I'm not good at this. But the reality is that certain things need to be scheduled, but I have to leave space for life to happen. Jesus was constantly being interrupted. He was constantly taking turns in different places, and his disciples would say things like, hey, all right, Jesus, we're going to go over here because there's the most people, and here's what's going on, and it's really hype, and everyone's really excited to see you. And in the moment, in scriptures, Jesus would say, cool, but actually we're just going to go over this way. You know, he was willing to be interrupted. He was about his Father's business, and I think as followers of Jesus, while productivity and motivation and all these things are incredible, we have to create space for God to move in our life. We have to take our resources, our time, our money to say, hey, it's not all about me. I'm also in the business of helping others. I'm also in my Father's business. Although this may be a bit of a simple concept, I hope it allows you to still enjoy some of this YouTube content on productivity and hustling, but at the same time, it levels the scales and say, hey, my whole life isn't about me. My schedule and my time isn't all about me. My resources and my money are not only for me to enjoy. I'm to share them with those around me and help those in the world in need. And that's something here at Flow that we talk about a lot, is that we're to make a positive impact on the world with what we've been given. And I think with this way of thinking, we can balance and say, I should be motivated, I should move forward, but at the same time, how is what I'm doing impacting the world around me?